morning, everybody. Not winching today. I am in the Tier 5 Bison, and she's already wanting to be a little buggy. Electrical fault. Okay. But yeah, this Bison, it just has some character to it. Hopefully everything works. I don't have to come back to the shop and get a different cat, but we'll see, I guess. Yes, I hear you. Might be a little beepy tonight. Just because it's got some electrical faults going on right now. Which just kind of sucks because it's only a 2-year... This cat's only 2 years old, really. But it's already got electrical faults going, so it's fun.
Alright, if we're all packed up above the tree, we'll get moving.
But yeah, I'm going to go out and do some teaching areas today. Radio is talking. We're going to get a lot of talking on the radio just because our pack leader likes to talk a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to go terrorize some teaching areas. We got some music going too because it is a little bit quiet in the cats. I have a rather eclectic music collection. Don't really care about premium. I just get my songs, please. What the heck? Don't care. For some odd reason, it's saying I'm offline when I'm not. Wait. There it goes. Just had to reset it. Let's see if the tiller's going to be working. So far, so good. Alright, cool. And we're in business. Flip back over. The camera seems to be working pretty well, which is good. Put it down a little bit. Lock and center. Yes, it will. Okay, cool. We're in business. March 1st, so it's a little warm, but everything should work. Hope everything's working. Yeah. I think everything's working right now. Pack over to where I need to start working at. So we'll see the pack a little bit here and there. Holy crap, it's almost a work file again right there. Wow. Yeah, we do give the lift operators work files at our lifts at this resort. It's just something that started many years ago and now it's kind of become an expected thing, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. I'll get my password here. had a slow night, which should be okay. It's just telling me there's an issue actually. So one thing I do like about pre-NOS is they'll actually tell you if there's a serious issue going on. Piston boys will just beep at you sometimes. But pre-NOS will generally let you know if there's an actual serious issue going on. This one, it's just something with the electrical harness for the tiller is doing something funky. The mechanics have a harness on order so that they know about it and they're going to fix it, but it's just going to take a while for it to get in. And with just the amount of cats we have at this mountain too, you know, some fixes just take longer than others. I'm going too slow. This area bear track just so people can actually hike up to a alpine slide that we have here. We put corduroy down. Apparently it's a little too slick for people to walk on, so I want that area to track. All that fun stuff. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take a second. I'm going to get out and move a couple of poles, and we're going to continue on this right side as we try to pass this windrow through the maze here.
Fit in there. Yeah, she's still right here. Let me manually lower you. That's good. Awesome. Alpine slide's kind of a nice thing right now, especially this year, just because of the lack of snow, or people will complain about the lack of snow. But with this Alpine slide, it actually gives, you know, folks a reason to visit the area a little bit more, and, you know, just go sliding down the Alpine slide in the winter. I know other areas have like zip lines and stuff like that, but, you know, this Alpine slide's kind of nice. Just because it keeps business coming, keeps everybody else, gives people paychecks, all this and that. So I think it's kind of cool. I've never actually taken a ride on it, so I have no idea what it's actually like, but I think it's a cool idea. This carpet is currently broken, so that's why you can't really see the belt on it. There's a lot of foot traffic on it though, so they're using it still, but I don't think it's really operational at the moment. I need to go to it. There you go. Yes, yes, yes. But yeah. That's why you don't see the belt. The carpet's currently broken. There's still even stools out. I might just chuck that stool. Yeah, I want to chuck that still because it's going to be in the way. Don't like it when they do that. Alright, I'll have to step out for a second here, just to clear the way. I might have to move that bench. I'll move that bench too. Stepping up. Okay. Back in. Need a drink here too. That time of season I don't get a ton of sleep, which isn't very good. I get cranky. I feel myself get cranky from time to time. There we go. Alright. Here we go. that bench. I don't know why they like leaving a bench right there. I do a connection back up right there just to connect these two carpet areas a little bit. Yes, I hear you. Where my OCD really starts kicking in, because I want this to be nice and good looking for people to see, because generally the teaching areas and the base areas are the first things people see when they get to the mountain. So my OCD kind of kicks in a little bit more anyway when I'm doing these, just because I want them to look nice.
Switch over to my left side, please.
I got a bit of time to get these nice looking. I mean, it does look nice when there's lines on the ground, but every so often these kind of like fluffier areas kind of bug me a little bit. I was just making sure I wasn't getting too tight on this carpet. You can see where the bamboo is placed out, that's the edge of the boards. But I don't want to get really too far in between those, because I can wreck the carpet really easy with this cat. Do one more pass here just to get the unload a little bit better. Not that they're really using the unload right now, but I want to just keep the habit of doing that. Dry skin too. Dry skin. Try to cut this down a little bit here. I'll make another lap here. Here's my cut there. For one more, just take a look at my cut. The unloads of these carpets, or the loads and the unloads, should either be 0 on the equinometer, because there's an equinometer in this cat. It's kind of down here in this lower left-hand corner, just above the tack. So either 0 or kind of, what's going on over there? But either 0'd or either signing to the carpet for the load or signing away from the carpet for the unload, just so people get away from it, especially for the teaching areas here, just so kiddos can, or kiddos or whoever's learning can get away from the carpets and whatnot and have an easier time of doing it. So I'll try to cut this down a little more. We're close to 0 right now. It's bouncing between I had 0, between 0 and 1 going either direction there. That was kind of nice. take that. Make one more lap just to get it all flat and pretty. And I'll take care of the load.
Good looking out.
Touch it down a little bit, then I'll tell it here in a second. It is slanting to the carpet a little bit, so that's nice. You have to go move this bench in a second too. Be behind us, so that's kind of annoying, but whatever. I open up a window too. It's pretty warm outside. It's 30 degrees outside right now. It's 1 in the morning. So that's pretty toasty for this time of year. I'll open my windows up. There. That'll do it. Got all sorts of stuff wrapped in the tiller before, from just basic rope lines to this mesh fence stuff to power cords. Don't really want to get a hula hoop stuck in it, because that's going to be a pain in the butt to get out. Back up here.
Go out and around that clear out. We'll get on path when we get on Parkway and Land.
He's going full package.
Continue on that left side as we climb back up there.
Okay, I'm going to step out again with the bench real quick. So I'll be back. Stepping out.
You guys can kill all this right here in the center.
Alright, that one was frozen in the ground a little bit more, but just give it a nice kick and it comes out. Is this open? That is open. Good to know. Alright, keep going here. Sorry about all the talking on the radio. That's just how the guy running the pack tries to communicate. It's just how his brain works. Kind of like a helicopter lead of sorts. Back up here and we'll be done with this carpet and moving on to the next one. I got earwax falling out of my ears. That'd be disgusting, but yeah, it feels weird. As long as the tiller comes up and down, it's be alright. Favorite part of this whole teaching area is some side hill action. Just to keep this catcher mitt kind of in shape. There we go. Yeehaw! It's about a 14-degree side angle right there, side slope. So it's kind of nice that this cat can stick to that, where I know the J-tracks on Prenos aren't as side stable as like a piston boy aluminum track is, but still work. Alright, next carpet, or carpets anyway, because there's two of them right here. this area just gets so sun-baked and so traversed, just hard pack all the time. Makes it a little bit harder to try and get like nice corduroy on it, but I take that as a personal challenge. If you're familiar with snowcats, you can say, well, you could, you know, drop your cutter bar down a little bit more, or, you know, your snow chamber. On this one, it's the flag, or down pressure it a little bit. You know, I could do all that stuff, yeah. Or I could challenge myself to try and run as light a settings as I could and still try and get, you know, good corduroy out. But, you know, running lighter settings on the tiller just helps the fuel economy of the machine too. And it's more of a, to me it's personal too, because it's kind of showing your skills as an operator versus using the machine to counteract the lack of skill. So maybe that's just me. Just to get the unload and closer into the carpet, so it'll take at least 2. Got time to do it, so we're good. It's only 1:13 right now. It's not like I'm going to spend all shift out here doing this, but a decent amount. Swing by the unload here. Zero there. Just about. I can try and get it perfectly zero, but I'd be here longer than I really want to be. So I don't try and go for perfect zero. Besides, the only one that's really going to notice that is either me or the lift, whoever runs the top of that just stands there all day and just watches people unload it. The general public won't notice that it's not perfectly zero or leaning away from the carpet as much as myself or whoever runs the top of this lift, or whoever's stationed at the top of this lift anyway. As I can to it, let the rest of the lifties do the handwork here. And trying to do the benches. Those ones are probably frozen into the ground and people don't want to try moving them. Personally, I just give them a swift kick. They usually dislodges them, but you know, I can understand after a long day of dealing with people, a general public and whatnot, that might not be high on the priority list. So like I understand that. If I'm a snowcat operator, I don't have to deal with general public all the time, or a lot of the time at all. In the summer I do, but not when I'm a cat operator. Good right there. This is a good example of this carpet. I think you guys can see this one, where it slants to the carpet off the snowpack just to help people load onto it. They do have black mats they put out here. That's what all this ice forms from. I don't know why they put them there. Maybe just to help people walk onto the carpet. Who knows? When I was a lift operator years ago, I definitely pissed a couple people off when I asked them to put their equipment up to ride the carpet. You know, at the time I didn't understand you could ride the carpet without putting equipment on. I kind of joined lift ops halfway through the season and they never really told me that. So that's my excuse anyway. I could have taken that one out a bit further. I'll do 2 backups in here. Anyway, 2 more backups. I wish they would move this stuff that's close into the fence just so I have a bit more room to maneuver. But yeah, it is what it is. There's a ski rack and a bench back here too. And a couple buildings. And a tool bench. But I'm just going slow. Teaching areas are not a fast event. You definitely don't want to baja around in them. Most of the time, just how tight they are, you can't do it anyway. Back up one more time into here. Backup should have it in there. Having fun right now. Whenever I raise it, just hit the button to raise it, not raise it manually, because I can do that in this cat. Whenever I hit the button just to up tiller, it just sets itself at its own height, so that's a bit of fun. It's alright. I don't have a cable to worry about today, so I'm not terribly worried about it. This is just your standard free cat. There's no winch on it. I say standard. The X in BisonX means it's a park variant, so the tiller and the blade come up a lot higher. But other than that, I don't have a cable to worry about like you would on the BisonX winch. You can flop the tiller so high it'll get into the cable. I don't have to worry about any of that right now, which is quite nice. Quite nice. Over. Whoopsie. I do kind of wonder where the whole thing of using bamboo as these yellow or these orange and black poles came from. I wonder where that started at, really. I don't know the history of that one. Maybe it's just a nice, skinny, easy to get thing, easy to replace. Probably it. The interesting thing about these two as well is they're not parallel and they're not similar lengths, which is kind of odd when they put it. I find it kind of odd. Got the hard turn right there. That's a fun one. I'll come back and clean that one up a little bit. I'm not worried about digging grouses right there. Or right there, for that matter. It's a big snowball over here. Get reoriented here. So I can get this load. That's pretty decent as well. Come on, Chuck. Thank you. I will say, I don't really mind this thing's tiller being all funky. I like a cat with personality. It keeps me on my toes. So I'm going to get the bathroom and then I'll get this ramp. This is what's blocking me off. I can't really drive over this because it's a drop off on the other side. Ski school wanted this ramp right here just so I could walk up and, you know, do some sort of teaching of kids sliding downhill or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what it's for, or just like a barricade between the lift and the teaching area here. I just know we built it a few days ago, and I think we're still kind of testing it out, seeing how people like it. But I do like backing into this area behind me right now, just because it's a restroom area. And knowing people who generally just hang out in the base area, that they like having access to bathrooms. About it, eh? So I'm going to do this area, and then I'll do that. I did it reverse yesterday. I did this thing, and then I did the backups into here. So I'm still trying to figure out the best way of doing this, the most like efficient way of doing it, really. Because as much as I love leaving kind of perfect corduroy on the ground, it really comes down to like how efficient can we get this, just so we can keep maintaining the mountain. Yeah. There goes the tiller again. Come on, tiller, down you go. About there. Do I think one or two more little backups in here just to match up with everything I'll be doing with the carpets here in a second. Nice slow pull out of there and leaves a nice corduroy behind you. So one thing people forget about operating these things is you can go full sticks and move these things 8-9 miles an hour, but depending on how fast you're going really affects the time your tiller has to process the snow. You know, that being said, there are 4 ways that the cats actually process snow: the tiller and the comb, the rubber mats on the back of the tiller just being the last 2 of the 4. So you got the blade, you got the tracks, you got the cutter bar, and then the combs, which are the rubber mats. So 4 ways cats process snow. You put them all together, you get good at putting them all together, and you get some really good corduroy. back up here. Just like so. And I'll be done there. Start work on the carcass now. Come back to that turnaround and that little ramp here in a second, or a few minutes anyway. Like this carpet was too popular yesterday. That's always a tight one. These next two are going to be a little bit better. I'll actually have room to maneuver to my left. Might do 3 in here. See how it goes. Into the pedestals and be good. I might do 2 more backups in here. One just close to this carpet, the other one just to cover up my tracks. There's a set of poles down here too. Most people will run over poles or this or that. I generally go around them if I can, especially if they're a nice looking set, because I know how expensive poles can be. You don't think they'd be that expensive, but I own a set of poles that are about $180, I think. Not that I've really skied that much this year at all. But there we go. One more little backup, we'll have this. Come on now, down you get. I want to see. one between the carpets, and then we'll get the unloads and grab the rest of it here. Slightly annoying, but again, I don't really mind it too much. If everything was perfect in the cat, I would fall asleep. These two carpets are not parallel with each other really at all, or even the same length, so it's kind of hard to do all these and try and find the most efficient way of doing it all, but sometimes you can. Sometimes you do these weird angles here and there, like I'm about to do here. One reason I do like this blade, because I can bring it all the way up to here. OCD's kicking in hard there. Okay, so I got one, gotta get this other one. Swear up a little bit. There we go. Take care of this one. Left this thing for last because I can do a turnaround right here and just clean the turnaround up, and I'm not worried about making a mess on top of the corduroy I've made already. Just watch the fence, please. There we go. We're good. Might have to reshape that thing a little bit just because I'm turning around pretty close. Come on down. Just because I'm turning around pretty close to it, but that's not the biggest deal in the world. I can kind of reshape it a little bit. Backups right there just to finish that thing out, but it's coming out okay. One more lap, I believe, and I'll have that stuff done. I just have to worry about that. right here. There we go. Got one little backup right here, and it'll be good. Nice. Kind of fix this up a little bit with my blade if I can. Just to try and flatten this out a little bit to help me till it here in a second. Something like that. That should help flatten out my turnaround a little bit more. Definitely not the best at building things. It takes a little bit more time, and I really haven't been given the opportunity or put in the position to build a lot of like straight snow features like this. Which is alright. I'm not really a park rat myself, and I have been given the opportunity to try and get in the park or run park cats, but my argument with that is like I don't ride park, and so I feel like I'm not the best to do park cat stuff because I want to test my product later, and I'm not a park rider, so it would be very hard for me to test my product if I'm not a park rider. Okay. Go with that. That should be easy enough to fill out now. I make a turnaround right where I did before. Hitting anything. That way if I have to tight turn, my browser marks will be in the middle and I can grab them with my next bagger. There you go, we'll have to tight turn slightly. Should be fine. Kick my tiller over, drop that wing. Drop the dumbbell here anyway. There we go. Yeah. That way it's a little bit more set up and I don't have to worry about backing into that area again. I just have to do, looks like 2 backups and I'll be done. And I spent an hour doing this so far. Hey. Back up, we're done here. Yeah. Ooh, excuse me, yawn. Ooh. Whoa. Yeah. There's a little fluff at the top. Fine. Cool, that's that done. Gotta go to the other side of that little ramp now to get the load of that lift, and then gotta go to a swamp forest. Still not a swamp forest world. poke here. Get out of the way all the way.
Right side trumpet, we take care of the top of super connect. That's what Lowest, Caden, and Link catch up to us here. While I get the top of super.
There you go. Get out of the way. This is the reason I couldn't till all the way through here, because this basically just drops off really quick on the back side of this thing. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. It is kind of nice to keep this load area more benched out back here. But I'm just gonna do this like I do some other loads. I'm just gonna kind of backlay, kind of grade this a little bit, and then flip around and till it out. I hope you guys can see that. I hope my camera wasn't pointed too far up, but I guess I could always tap it and look. I think we're doing good. Okay. Alright. Grab a drink. I always forget to drink when I'm doing this stuff. Cut that down a little bit more. Top that a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Smack my cab really easily on that thing. Pushing back out here. And now it's back up and we'll be done with this maze area, or load area. And we can keep moving. This way just to check on the loads over here, because the swing crew sometimes does them, sometimes doesn't do them. It's more annoying than not. And the lifties really don't bring this load out very far at all, especially with hand crew. Park up here as well as a couple of runs, and that's just kind of terrible. What the heck? This is what they call for passable with the pack. I'm a little ashamed. Anyway, this is where I'm going to be working next. This is the bottom of the bank slalom. There is going to be like a kids race here, so I got to be careful of what they've got set up, and I'm going to try and flatten and kind of perfect this as much as I can. I might down pressure it a little bit just so I can get some traction on it. I generally don't use down pressure, but I might on this occasion. sketchy up in the turns here. They don't want any wires near the ground. They don't really want to grab a wire with the tiller. Slightly nudging the fence with the tiller because it's how close I'm getting to it. I don't like getting that close to it, but that's just where it is. Yeah. That's getting filled out too. I might spend some time in here. Oh, watch out. do a couple cleanup laps through here. If I do it too much, this whole thing is just making sugary and really loose. Won't turn out very good. You can overwork areas and it just gets sugary and soft, and it just doesn't really work too well. Spend more time just frustrated that you get all these crumbs across your pass rather than these nice corduroy. muffler down, up here, just to really finalize it and clean up the run out a little bit more. So I'll move on. I don't know if I mentioned there's a race that's happening today on this bank slalom area. So I'm just trying to make it nice and pretty. Make the run out nice too, just so they have room. Shove my tiller behind the start block. See if I can get it. Oh, that's tight, that's tight, that's tight, that's tight. Shove it in there. That got really tight. I can do this without making it too soft. Already starting to sugar up a little bit. Bouncing off the fence again. up because I'm not coming back. Dumbleware is stuck down. That is odd. That's another one. Don't like that. That's that dumbleware. Alright. Just have to be careful because my dumbleware is currently stuck down. That's not where I wanted it to be. Up automatically, but it did. See if it wants to behave itself. Nope, I don't like that. Crap. What's wrong with that? Uh-oh. The dumbleware broke. That's not good. Gotta step out for a second. Stepping out. I'm gonna check this thing out real quick. Yeah, my dumbbell is broken. That's great. Might have something to strap it up with here.
You can till through all this stuff and knock down the pile.
Might have something to tie it up with anyway. I'm not getting back to the shop like this. Scavenge some rope somewhere. It's lovely. And this broke again. They don't make headphones like they used to, man. What the heck?
Alright, right side, drop them back down. We're going to do a turnaround right below the chastity belt. Come back up so we can fill out all around the restaurant.
Great. Okay, let me find. Hoping I got something to tie this up with. I might use my belt. It might be my belt. Thought I had some cam straps with me. I do. I have one. I don't got two. That might work. And I'll show you what's broken on it. I'll come grab you in a second. Alright, come with me. So this is a Dumbo ear right here. I should not be able to do that. It's broken right there. This is actually supposed to connect to a ram right in here, but I should not be able to move that by hand. So that's cool. Anyway, I'll set you down, get that thing tied up, and I should be able to keep working. It's got to be careful with it. Set you down over here on the track though. Alright, there you go. Well, that was cold, but I basically got it strapped up, hopefully. Got a cam strapped on there to this bar, which this bar is actually bounces the tiller back off of trees if you get it stuck on trees. But got a cam strap, hopefully it'll hold, and hopefully it stays out of the cutter bar. But I think it'll do it. I'll get back in and finish this stuff up. Just gotta be careful with that Dumbo here because I can't use it now. So that's fun. Put you back over here.
And you can click and save more with digital coupons in the Super Plus, you can earn fuel points.
Okay. I gotta jump in on the other side.
So you've been looking for help here. Should I slide through this still and take it with me? Should I leave it? Just kind of, I'm not sure what to do. You can take it with you as long as you don't drop it in between those two separate deck platforms. Copy that.
Oh, it's a slippery slope right there. Quite literally. Jeez. Okay, that was fun. Woohoo! Back in.
Actually on the left there, y'all might want to do that.
There we go. Plug my phone in real quick so I brought a cord this time. An extra cord anyway.
Actually, second cat, come with me. Just try to do some cleanup. Help clean up these blade dives.
Cool, looks like it's staying up, which is nice. But all I have left is my left side dumbbell here, which kind of sucks on these pre-nuts because the pre-nut tiller is just a tiny bit shorter, or I won't say shorter, it's just a tiny bit wider than the tracks are. So the dumbbell ears are kind of crucial on pre-nut tillers. Piston belly tillers, you can get away without dumbbell ears on them. In fact, all the piston belly tillers we have at this mountain are all dumbbell earless, if that makes sense. They all got their dumbbell ears taken away. Keep an eye on that thing though. Hopefully it doesn't flop again. Pass on the big slalom. Look at that. Might have to do a little bit of cleanup at the bottom. Let me see. trying to stop using the cat just because it's broken right now. And also because we really don't have any other cats around. But just gotta watch it a little bit more carefully. Try and cover it up, compensate the best I can. I'm kind of just tiller steering right now just to keep everything clean. Manually moving my tiller side to side, basically. Okay. And that's the bank slalom. Sweet. Not pressure any of that. Oops. Oh well. This thing. Might have to make another little quick pass into this area just to flatten the rest of this windrow out, but it should work out pretty well. Especially since I don't have that dumbo here right now. On my 2-hour, 30-minute stream, 2.5-hour stream mode kind of, so here in about 30 minutes I'm going to call the stream. So folks who are interested in that, I'm also not winching today, so not really too, I wouldn't say too interested in making sure you'll see everything, but I'm just driving from one side of the mountain to the other, really just working on things here and there, so it's not like I'm overhauling a full trail or anything like that. I think it'll be tomorrow that I do that. Might record a little bit of it, but I don't know. That smells like grease now, that's great. There's grease, there's a little pin that goes through the dumbo here to actually actuate it. And it's all greasy now, my hand just smells like grease. It's great. I don't mind the smell, it's just surprising when I stick my hand there for a second before I got my hand close to my face too much. Cam strips will hold. They got a holding capacity about 750 pounds, but they're not very thick. The problem with that material is if you put a cut in it, it actually loses a lot of strength. So I'm hoping it'll hold the shift. If not, I'll have to scavenge rope off of a fence. But we'll see. It's only got 5-ish hours more to go.
or head to 9 features, whatever you're feeling.
Copy that, Clayton. I'll get started on the features then.
Copy that. The only thing it has is village carpets, windrow along the carpets, and they'll fill in the gap in the morning.
Copy that. Also, I just discovered that the right side dumbo ear is the pin to the ram is broken. I've got it strapped up, but I'll keep going the shift. Just let me know.
Copy that. And left side, when you pass through the base area here, please.
That was that, sorry. Go down, please. Thank you. Alright, that's a little bit of here because there's a mid-load station down here. But the only way you can get to it is by backing down into it. You could drive forward, but you have to back out after that, I guess. So, gotta back down in because there's no good turnaround spot down here at all. Everything's just a cat wide. I got a lot more work to do. Hoping you guys have been enjoying this. Well, there's a few of you that have. I've been watching, and I'm super thankful for those folks who have watched. I'm just doing this to hopefully shed light a little bit more on cat ops, because it's kind of a mystery job to a lot of the world. People just don't quite understand what it is. Anyway, get this base area done, and then we'll end the stream. That's hard as a rock. Oh, crud. Didn't realize you were falling over there. A little shaky. Doesn't want to stay up straight right now. Kind of hard back right now, too.
Alright, of course, I definitely take the causeway.
end the stream here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next week unless I don't post before that. But yeah, thanks for watching and catch you later.